Hey y'all, happy Monday. I hope you're doing well. I want to thank my beloved friend Nicole for her willingness to post this in our group. I am officially in Facebook jail. Yes, this is my this is my second time in Facebook jail. I cannot post anywhere on Facebook for 3 days, and I cannot do lives for 30 days. And imagine the, the irony, if you will, when I first make a commitment to start doing lives, to start practicing my public speaking and being on camera. And then 2 days later, I get the kibosh from Facebook. They told me after a political post that I broke their community standards. So I have lots of opinions about that, especially the word standards coming from Facebook. Alas, I will do a workaround. I used to work for a government agency and we use that term a lot. What's our workaround? So I'm going to be recording what would have been my lives, and I'm sad about that because I loved the interaction. But you can still post and make comments if you are moved to do so. Anyway, enough about that. So Nicole, bless her heart, has agreed to upload my videos for the next 3 days. And then hopefully after that, I can upload the videos myself. We'll see how stringent my restrictions are. So today's thought is appreciate the small wins. If you're just joining us today for the first time, 2 days ago, which makes today the third day, obviously, I committed myself to coming on here and talking about a wonderful post I saw on Instagram. And it had 9 suggestions for 2021. And today's suggestion is appreciate the small wins. And I'm really grateful to be talking about that because one of the very first thoughts I had when I got the message on Facebook that I was banned from doing lives for 30 days was totally stinking thinking, old thought patterns. Oh, this must be the universe telling me that I'm not really supposed to, practice public speaking. You don't have time for that, and that ship has sailed, and this is a message. You don't need to do that. You don't need to spend your time pursuing your passion. And gratefully, I have done, I'd say, a pretty significant amount of work on my thinking and how my thoughts can really impact my day, the moment, an entire month, an entire year. I have been in seasons in my life where I bought into whatever my head was telling me, hook, line, and sinker, without ever holding it up to the light of day to see if it was really true. And I remember hearing someone speak one time, and she said, when you have a thought and it sticks with you, but it's not bringing you peace of mind or joy, ask yourself, is it true? And most likely your head's going to say, well, yes, of course it's true. Pause and ask yourself, is it really, really true? And I can't remember the third question, but I do remember the fourth. Who would you be without this thought? And I love that. Who would you be without this thought? So I thought about, okay, I can't post live for 30 days. Boo-hoo. It doesn't mean the universe is telling me that I can now, 2 days into a commitment, just be like, la-di-dee, la-di-da, I guess it wasn't meant to be. It means that I found a workaround. And I have a friend who's willing to post these videos, and I can still hold this phone up and record myself and not stress about not being able to do it the way I thought I was supposed to do it. And I was talking with a beloved friend earlier, and she was sharing with me some pretty intimate details of something that's going on in her life. And I really encouraged her to pray a prayer that I was taught many years ago by a spiritual mentor. And it's called the Set Aside Prayer. And it goes something like this. Whatever the situation is, you just say, Dear God. You can say anything. Dear God, dear universe, dear Allah, Buddha, Krishna, dear baby Jesus, whatever calls to you. Please set aside everything I think I know about X, Y, and Z. And I'll say the prayer that I would use for this situation. Dear God, please set aside everything I think I know about how I should proceed with this commitment so that I may know the truth and have an open mind for a new experience. And to me, this is exactly what living my life and having a different thought, who would I be without this negative thought, feels like, looks like, is like. And so I am appreciating a little win today. I'm not turning a mountain into a molehill, or a molehill into a mountain. I am turning a mountain into a molehill, actually, but I'm not turning a molehill into a mountain. I am sticking to my commitment. I have a sense of humor. I am utilizing a workaround, and I'm not making excuses, because that's really what it is for me. I can find 101 excuses not to do one thing instead of just doing the one thing. And it gets me out of my head. Isn't that amazing? I don't know about you, but when I do the thing that I'm trying not to do, it gets me out of my head. I'm fully present and I'm in the flow, and it feels so good. It feels so good. And even when it doesn't necessarily feel good, I'm not in my head catastrophizing what could happen. And you know what? We are built for where we are right now. You know, as far as COVID, as far as the political landscape, as far as the beginning of a new year with all the uncertainty, we were all built for this season. And so I'm going to encourage you to appreciate the small wins each and every day. Did you get up today? Did you get dressed today? Did you make up your bed today? Did you brush your teeth today? Did you smile at someone today? Did you reach out to a friend or a family member today? Did you enjoy a pet, a dog or a cat, a horse, a fish? Did you put your hand on your heart and say, I am so grateful for another day of life, breath, mobility, and health? If you did any of that today, appreciate the win. It doesn't have to be a $400 million lottery ticket. It doesn't have to be a marriage proposal. It doesn't have to be the birth of a baby. It doesn't have to mean you got, a brand new job or you got promoted. Those are great, fantastic wins. But they're monumental wins. And sometimes it takes a long time to reach those monumental milestones. But every single day, we have the opportunity to appreciate, deeply, deeply appreciate our wins. That's Samson celebrating a small win of his own. He's barking at something. So maybe that's my cue to wrap this up. So I'm going to be with you for the next however many days. I'm going to be with you in a different format. It's going to be recorded, and you might have the opportunity to hear Samson in the background. But I appreciate the willingness and the ability to still be with you and to still appreciate the small wins. So I'm celebrating with you today, whatever your small wins were, and encouraging you to maybe share below just one or two things that was a small win for you today, so that we can all appreciate you together. Okay, my friends, I hope that your Monday is landing really gently and kindly, and that even if it isn't, that you are on your way to the end of the day and you can unplug and just be.